a sudden is Bashir, one of the worst people in the world. And why are they paying attention to these black people killing each other? Over 1 million had already been killed. Nobody in the West had made a whisper about, this conflict, and over 1 million people had died. It seemed, and so my imagination was excited to say, okay, why is this all of a sudden? Europeans and Americans really so concerned about this.
I talked about it before. The genocide that people talk about it is not something new to the Sudanese government. It is something that they have been doing it and doing it again on who? On the black people in the southern Sudan. You're talking about a government who is slaughtered 3.5 million Africans in that country. You're talking about a government who went on and displaced 7 million Southern Sudanese refugees. You're talking about a government who give the Arabs tribe the green light to go and enslave hundreds of thousands of Southern Sudanese kids. In other words, what is going on in Sudan, and people talk about human right violation. It's not a human right violation. We're talking about the human destruction. We're talking about people being slaughtered left and right, and simply because of their color, simply because of their religion, and who is doing the crime. And I said it very clear. The crime being committed in Southern Sudan in the name of Islam. Because what happened that these people being slaughtered, these are the Africans, these are the people who maintain their culture as Africans, and they simply refuse not to be Islamized. How can you Islamize a person or force the religion of a person and you slaving him? You're raping his wife, you're raping his daughter, you're killing them, and you're destroying his village on a single day. In Sudan, it is not just a destruction. It is a destruction on a human being. It is a destruction of the culture, and it is a destruction of the land itself. Because what is their agenda is to Arabize the country, and these are the things people have to talk about, because it is a racist conflict in that country.
The meaning of Janjaweed means Jim. Jim means Jim Sri. It is a gun. There you go and fight. Jim Sri means Janjaweed. So this is the meaning of Janjaweed. In fact, it is a form of the government. It is a soldiers formed by the government to go and kill the Janjaweed. I mean, to go. The name is given Janjaweed to go and kill the people in Darfur. So this is the meaning. But they are the soldiers of the government.
The existing camps are getting bigger, more people to care for, and I understand there are also more camps cropping up. So it's still going 150,000 people living in this horrible camp in straw huts with no water, no electricity, no latrines, and no food, and a centralized government in the capital doesn't do anything. I'd like to think if it was something like that in the U.S. or in a developed country that had, it wouldn't be allowed, but there it is. And that Darfur, it's a country, or an area of a country, the other side of the world, in the middle of Africa. But, to compare it with, let's say, Rwanda in 1994, people said never again. Never again, which is what they said after World War II, never again. But it's happening again.